Hi guys, welcome back to another Matchbox Garage video. I'm Rob and today I shall be attempting to take this Nissan Bluebird from shabby to shiny. Now there's a bit of confusion on the manufacturer of this car. It appears to be a Tomica, but I don't think it's a Tomica. It's made in Hong Kong. Now I had this car in not the weekend's kind of boot sale video, but the previous weekend's video, and a Mr. Brian Stothers wrote this in the comments: "Hi Rob, that Nissan Bluebird is not a Tomica. They are made in Japan or China. I have a Tomica Bluebird with a screwed on base. I think it could be a Lintoy." So, kind of doing a bit of further research, I'm going to go that this is a Tomica copy and it's a Lintoy Bluebird. But here we are. I'm having a good old play with it, whether it's a Tomica or not. I think it's super cool. And considering it's just a copy of a Tomica, it's actually a really cool casting. Opening doors. And actually some nice detail on the inside of the doors too. And I like the cutout for the sunroof there. Nice detail around the actual bodywork. But underneath it does read CF302, a Nissan Bluebird Turbo made in Hong Kong. And it's got a screw-on base. So there's no drilling, tapping, any of that fun stuff today. We could just get straight ahead and just undo this bad boy. But as you can see, this would have been a pull back and go car. And it's probably been a long time since that mechanism worked. I'll try and take it apart and I'll try and fix it, but here's a little hint: I don't fix it. We'll take out these screws. Larger than the standard M2 screws, so I've had to reuse these actually. And the wheels that come with this are really cool, but of course without the tyres I've gone with a replacement set. And I think suit the car anyway. But the first port call would be to repair the back end of this chassis here. A little bit of super glue is all that's needed. A little bit of damage to the front and rear bumpers, but what I'll do is I'll just smooth those out so that you don't notice. So here's that little kind of pullback mechanism, and there was probably 6 or 7 cogs plus like a coil, and to be honest it all looked okay. As I was taking it apart, it all appeared to be in order, but it didn't work. So interior here, kind of unusually, or an improvement over what I'm used to dealing with, but it's kind of like got 3 tabs holding this in place, so it's not just sat in there flopping around. It's yeah, of great quality. You know, as a reminder, this is a Tomica copy, a cheap, supposed cheap copy, but this is, I don't know, this is better than most Matchbox and most Hot Wheels that I've got. So I'll take these Tomica copies all day long. So just the spring here holding the doors in place. And then there's a couple of tabs with some dried up glue, hold them into position, and I'll just pop out the front light and grille section there, which is plastic. So that'll get a good detailing later on. But before I kind of went any further, I just wanted to grab the kind of front set of wheels and see how they would go into the back if I was to remove the pullback mechanism. So I'm just going to kind of somewhat build it back up and just see what really is required for the back wheels to kind of, you know, with the shaft to actually stay in position. And the short of it is, you know, there's a massive gap, of course, where the pullback mechanism would have sat. And as you can see, there is only daylight through there. So I need to come up with some kind of way, or take this apart, take all the gubbins out, and then refit this in the right position, and then just so that I can still use the kind of, I guess, the pullback casing just to house the wheels. And that's what I did. And I was going to go to paint strip in here, but I thought before I do paint strip, I'm going to take the that pullback mech. Like, as you can see, I've taken out all the interior parts, opened up the wheel section there, and these are the wheels that we're going to be fitting. And I've used various sets of these wheels on various cars now, and I really do like them. And I shall link down in the description below the eBay seller, which actually the last set that I've got from this seller for the time being. So here's the mech in place, and then just feed the kind of wheel through there. And I thought, right, yeah, that's the right thing to do, is to keep the mech, and then that wheel is going to sit in the absolute perfect position there. Beautiful. And then the front will look something like this. Quite excited at this point. I remember a neighbour kind of growing up having a Nissan Bluebird, and the colour of that I took influence from, and that's what colour I'll be painting it later on. But anyway, into my foot-long hot dog jar goes some boiling water and a couple of teaspoons of caustic soda. It wasn't a quick one. This one was probably 10-15 minutes to the side to do its business. And whilst that's cooling off to the side, I've glued the base back together, smoothed out the front and rear bumpers, and I'm going to be hitting up the base with this TS40. metallic black, but it's more of a, I guess, a gunmetal grey. And then off camera I went with a second coat, but I think you'll agree that looks pretty good. So it's been probably 10-15 minutes. You know, this has cooled off for me not to need the gloves, and as you can see there, the paint is starting to just fall off now. So it's a good shot from underneath, and ready to pour it down the drain, making sure that I don't lose the doors down the plug hole, as I have done on a couple of occasions now. But there's the doors there. The interior, like the inside of the doors, are good, and then you can see quite clearly now the details of this casting. I really did know how to do it over in Hong Kong back in the day, and after using Ella's tool, giving it a good polish, preparing the surface for some Tamiya fine surface primer in white. And it gets a good single coat of that, and looking good in the reflection there. Very happy. And then whilst that's drying, we'll get the plastics into some warm soapy water, and the interior will be leaving in the standard white. I quite like it as it is. Flick that over there, very cool. And then the window section there in very good condition, but we'll give it a dip in the pledge treatment, get it looking brand new again. And then now that the main casting is dry, I had to kind of hit it up a couple of times with some sandpaper to get it perfect, but yeah, I'm happy. TS23 in light blue. Like I say, a neighbour of mine growing up had this car in a very similar colour, and it's a Bluebird. It's got to be blue, right? And eventually I hit it up with another coat. But yeah, quite nice this paint. So it's the following day. The car is now dried. I'm very happy with that. Of course, the interior there. Windscreen looking brand new again. And then after the second coat on that base, very happy, very shiny. And in the front little grille section, painted in the front headlights, side blinkers, and then a little bit of a Citadel Nuln oil in the grille. But it's a little reminder of what she looked like. And this is the result. So we've got the grille there in the front, around to the side. The wheels, I think, are perfect for this kind of era and style of car. The front's a little bit of rubbage, so it's not much of a roller anymore, but it's got a little bit of chrome in the side handles there, and obviously all the paint detail around the back in the side blinkers, the brake lights, the reverse lights, the number plate there. But yeah, this is one of my favourites. I really like this car. But of course, remember, 2,000 likes, this one could be yours. Anyway, just want to thank my patrons and introducing brand new patron Dennis Wood. And thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you'll stick around for the next one.